What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and the Naughty Dog mess continues to get messier. Naughty Dog basically can't post anything on social media about The Last of Us 2 without getting completely bombarded by two angry sections of fans. The first, many YouTubers and fans of YouTubers that have been struck down by Naughty Dog's pathetic attempt to contain the leaks. And the second group are people that are genuinely angry at Naughty Dog over the story changes, over the things that they've done to beloved characters that many people truly grew a bond with in the first game. Now, I'm not against a good, shocking twist. For example, Game of Thrones was good at it, but then they also they overplayed it, I think. Having that shocking moment where somebody meets their end that you weren't expecting, or somebody that can be done right, except it's not easy. Okay, not anyone, the whole, like, that's what happened to Game of Thrones. It's like, haha, everyone likes this person, boom, they're dead. Ha ha ha, everyone likes it, they're dead. And eventually it wasn't shocking anymore, it was annoying. And perhaps that's what the folks over at Naughty Dog are experiencing with what they've done with The Last of Us 2. But interestingly enough, yesterday they celebrated going gold as the media continues to blame the fans for everything wrong in the world. You see IGN, you can't spell ignorant without IGN, reporting on Naughty Dog's latest story-driven action-adventure for PS4 has gone gold, according to creative director Neil Druckmann, which we're going to get into here in a second, who also advises players against judging the game based on the bits and pieces they may have seen via The Last of Us 2 leaks online. Are you crazy? The idea, I mean, I guess, what is Naughty Dog supposed to do at this point? What are they supposed to say, right? I mean, they're still going to sell quite a few copies of this because, you know what? Not everyone who loves video games spends all day on YouTube and on Twitter. There's a lot of people that play video games that aren't involved in any of this stuff. In particular, fans of the game that aren't super huge mega fans of it, which is probably a larger section of The Last of Us fandom. You have maybe 5 to 10% of your fans that are super uber mega huge fans, and then the rest of them are just people that enjoyed the first game and probably only heard that it was leaked. It's easier for them to avoid, but the longer Naughty Dog plays this game of striking down videos that talk about them, it's not going to end well. Right now, you basically can't go on any Naughty Dog Twitter tweet or Facebook post or video that isn't, and it's just full of spoilers. And they're even blocking people and hiding as fast as they can block people, as fast as they can hide replies. They're just getting new ones posted. You see this continues with The Last of Us 2 part new release date. Druckmann's video message addressed the status of the game, noting its gold status, meaning discs can be pressed for physical release, and the digital release of can be prepped as well. Of course, if you follow the game going gold in the past, they're often accompanied with team photos with the development teams gathering together to celebrate. Druckmann noted how this can't be the case at the moment. Interesting. Now, it's a sad tale, really. The question is, how would the game have sold if they didn't botch the story, right? That's the real question. And then you see Neil Druckmann shooting vertical video. Come on, dog. But interestingly enough, let's see how the video is going over. 14,000 upvotes, that's pretty good. Nearly 30,000 downvotes, and now they've disabled the comments. Now, they've disabled the comments probably because they are worried about spoilers getting posted here, which, look, there are definitely fans of this game that don't want to be spoiled. That's why I really haven't covered any of the absolute direct spoilers, because I know there are viewers that watch my channel or will watch my videos that don't want to be spoiled, but they're still kind of interested. You know, maybe they know that some directions happen, some things happen in the game that, you know, aren't well liked, but they're still going to try the game. And so what? It's their money. You know, if they want to buy it, maybe the story doesn't offend them in the same manners. Maybe there was other things about the game that they really enjoyed and it wasn't just the story. Me, I'm a story guy. I'm a story gamer. I play games with stories that I can get behind. That's why I liked Red Dead Redemption so much. It's why I play all the Dragon Quest games. It's why I like JRPGs so much, because there's usually a story that I can play through and enjoy. Those games with the best stories are the ones that I remember, the ones that I seek out. In this message, which I don't know if I even want to play, just says, we wanted to let you know that we've gone gold. So back in April, we told you that due to the state of the world, logistics was beyond our control. We had to push the game, which gave us a few extra weeks to polish. And now that we have a release date, we've submitted our gold master. Now the gold master copy for pressing. And you're going to have the game in just a few short weeks. Normally, this would be a moment of celebration. We'd be at the office right now having a drink, eating cake. But we're all stuck in our homes. But I want to take a moment to congratulate the team that has pulled off the most ambitious game we've ever made. Druckmann celebrated the team's work in a long-awaited sequel and then went on to explain that while The Last of Us 2 leaks may have revealed parts of the story, nothing compares to playing the sequel in full. Yeah, you think you're mad now? Dedicate 80 hours of your time and then have your heart ripped out. That's a good use of your time. He says, I know I've said this before, but you won't know to what degree until you get your hands on it and just see the care. The care that has gone into every detail, from the level design, the mechanics, to just graphically how the game looks, the environments, art direction, character, story, and audio design. The soundtrack. Oh my God, the soundtrack is amazing. We know it inside out. We're still emotionally moved. I just finished a playthrough, and I was crying by the end of it. This is not something most people want in a video game. Neil Druckmann is also somebody that probably drinks a lot of Soylent, so I'm not sure if he might cry all the time. He might cry at sunrises and sunsets. He might cry at the end of Garfield episodes. I'm not entirely sure, but based on some of his social media posts and the people he keeps in his immediate company, I'm going to imagine he probably cries a lot. Now, that isn't to say a good, sad, melancholy ending is necessarily a bad thing. I've played a lot of games that didn't. I mean, Red Dead Redemption didn't go the way I wanted it to in my mind as I was playing through it. Even though I played it long after everyone else, I avoided spoilers, and I was just as bummed by the ending, but like in a good way. Like, you can have a sad ending where there's like a redemption arc or a silver lining if you do it right. What we've seen of The Last of Us 2 makes it extremely unlikely that there's this silver lining, that it's anything but a Game of Thrones-esque shock value type thing. He says it's pretty incredible, and I'm very proud of it. The team is extremely proud of it, and we can't wait to hear what you guys think. I doubt you want to hear what we think, because you are striking down videos. You are striking down memes. I'm sure that the reviews aren't going to go as you thought. And every review going forward is going to be tainted. If you're a video game reviewer, I'm not sure how you can avoid them. You see this, the true story. This was just released yesterday or today. True story behind The Last of Us 2 leaks exposes the dark side of the fandom. The leaker wasn't actually a rogue developer at all. Okay, so here we're going to go. Another article blaming fans. Major spoilers for the Naughty Dog's Last of Us Part 2 hit the internet in late April, and despite early rumors that the source was a disgruntled employee, the true story behind leaks exposes a more sinister side of the fandom. We don't know that the quote-unquote hackers were fans, do we? On May 3rd, reports emerged from Kotaku, Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, and Pixelbutts, a QA tester with inside knowledge about the leak, revealing that the specific vulnerability left Naughty Dog open to hackers, eventually resulting in the leak of The Last of Us 2. Now, at what point is this about the fandom? Let's see. What does it say about the fandom? It's just one of the latest major story leaks to plague the entertainment franchise. Everything from Avengers Endgame to Game of Thrones Season 8 and Star Wars Episodes 9, The Rise of Skywalker, suffered major story leaks from people claiming to be fans. No, see, that's bullspit. That is 100% grade A garbage, all right? So what they're saying here is the people that leaked it were fans. No. Fans generally don't have access to this type of thing. A lot of the Rise of the Skywalker leaks that were coming out was from an employee. Yes, it was covered by YouTubers who were fans or recent or new or old fans, but we weren't the ones that leaked it. We were the ones that covered it because that's what we do. The idea that YouTubers have to live by some code of ethics that Kotaku.com doesn't have to live by is absurd. It goes on to say, when said fans didn't approve of certain plot points or predominant characters, these kind of leaks wind up feeling mean-spirited, literal spoilers meant to spoil the experience for everyone else. And by the way, I don't get down with people just unironically spoiling people who don't want to be spoiled. I think that, I know it's going to sound whatever, but it's just mean. Like, if somebody doesn't want to be spoiled, don't spoil them. That's not okay. I remember when, I think it was The Last Jedi, every time I was doing a live stream around that time, my chat was full of people spoiling the movie, so I had to just stop live streaming because I didn't want my viewers to, like, you know, who were just innocently hanging out talking about something or another to get spoiled by the movie. And it sucks when people do that. It's funny. I get it. I'm not, like, looking down on you. I don't know. It doesn't feel, I mean, it doesn't feel great. We don't currently know what motivated the leaker behind The Last of Us, but you're going to blame the fans, obviously. But the conjecture we're left with is based on the comments from Pixelbots is that they are related to a group of fans. Oh, okay. So you've got to blame the fans. Leakers like this seem keen on sowing discord among the series fans by leaking divisive story details to the public. This feels like a pattern we've seen over and over again with these kinds of major leaks. We saw it in major Disney movies and even with Game of Thrones. Rather than let creators tell their own stories the way they were intended, plot details are seemingly released with the aim of aggravating fans and destroying their enjoyment of the TV show or video game. No, I don't view it this way. Here's how I think. Here's what I think about leaks. When I see a leak of something that is just really terrible, I'm like, oh, saved me $60. Yeah, it sucks immediately, but it would have sucked way worse if I paid $60 for a video game or if I paid $15 for a movie, like, say, Avengers Endgame or Avengers, well, Endgame was a good one, but Infinity War or something like that. If I went to see a Marvel movie with my wife and it's, you know, $30, $40 for us to go to the movies and get popcorn and commit 3 hours, and if the ending is heinous, I think I'd be fine getting spoiled. I think I would be fine knowing that ahead of time. So that's my opinion on them. I'll be interested to hear what your opinion is on spoilers in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, though, and we'll talk to you again real soon.